Welcome to the ancient city of Pompeii, a city made famous by the late, great Frankie Howard in the 1970s. What many of you probably don't know is that about 1900 odd years beforehand, in AD 79, the city suffered a major catastrophe when Mount Vesuvius erupted and engulfed the city in ash, leaving only the gift shop and the ticket booth untouched. No, we've not been magically transported forward in time to present-day Yorkshire. This cobbled street is still in Pompeii and goes some way to explaining why the sport of roller skating never took off in ancient Rome. This big brick thing is an obvious status symbol, and its owner, a Mr. Regvi Insiv, probably had quite a bit of cash in his toga pockets. This gaff clearly belonged to another rich bloke. You can tell by the beautifully crafted mosaic carvings and of course the fact that he was the only bugger in the city to have a fiberglass roof installed. Such an eye for detail has been used that even the statues are totally anatomically correct, although because of the angle in which I'm filming this you can't see what I believe in Latin are called the testiculados. This ancient abode is obviously owned by someone without much money. You can tell this by checking out the TV cabinet, which, as you can see, was designed for a very small television. Even the depth of it shows that the house owner couldn't even afford a flat screen. You don't have to be an expert in Latin to understand this ancient sign. It's quite obvious that they're telling the citizens of Pompeii that they're not allowed to masturbate in the streets, and what a sterling piece of advice that is. I'm now filming inside an old Roman whorehouse, and it doesn't take much to imagine the exotic delights that went on in here. That's a big erect pole, a short stubby one. And as you can see, there's one that's flopped over onto the ground. In amongst the ancient ruins, we come across this immaculately preserved shed. Of course, these little male havens were used in exactly the same way back then as they are now, and that's namely to hide your pornographic literature away from your wife. All of me fellow Yorkshiremen will instantly recognise this little outhouse. Yes, you've guessed it, it's an outside toilet, and I think that anyone would be pleased to have one of these within 50 yards of their abode. Sheer luxury. Oh bugger! As you can see, I've been caught in a major rainstorm which has forced me to take cover as I didn't think about bringing an umbrella on my little trip. Having been trapped here for nearly 5 minutes, I can now empathise with the citizens of Pompeii who were trapped by volcanic ash. I'm not one to grumble about my situation though, although the temperature has also dropped considerably, whereas the approaching lava would have at least made things nice and toasty for the Pompeians. Once again we're checking out the cobbled streets, and here is a solitary cobble that looks like a pair of buttocks. As you can no doubt tell by the electric doors, the cafe is a relatively modern addition to Pompeii. However, rumour has it that some of the food actually dates back to AD 79. Let's go and check, shall we? We're now inside the cafe, and as you can see, we're now looking at the fabled ancient Pringles of Pompeii. You really do get a feeling of just how ancient the whole place is because, as you can plainly see, the internet hasn't even been invented yet. Oh lordy, this is quite a rare and astounding thing that I've managed to unearth from the centuries-old mud. This rare objet d'art dates all the way back to the reign of Emperor Silcius Cuttus. This is clearly a prison for ancient cement mixers. This is designed to open up a rip in the very fabric of space and time and provide a convenient portal in which Satan can unleash his demonic hordes upon the unsuspecting citizens of Pompeii. Oh look, there goes one now. Pumice, pubis. Canis dormiens. Cannabis dormiens. I'm not sure if I've managed to get myself lost, but according to the map this is an amphitheatre and apparently it holds over 1,500 people. Of course, this is where they would have fed Christians to the lions. These are some quite remarkable headless statues. Obviously in ancient Rome people did have heads. We know this because AD 79 is also when Sony launched the Walkman and the headphones. This is a shrine dedicated to the Emperor Vespasian, who expected the citizens to sacrifice their bullocks to his glory. At first glance, this looks like a rather whimsical face, with its 2 eyes, a nose, and a rather fetching moustache. However, it was actually an ancient shrine dedicated to the worship of Titus, the god of breasts. Absolutely cracking. You can see the nips and everything.
Pompeii, I never seem to get it. Pompeii, so naughty, naughty.